One of the reasons we think we don't like sweet potatoes is because our grandmothers boiled them, then smothered them with marshmallows. In my family, the sweet potatoes were always stringy and sticky and never very appetizing. But like so many traditional foods, the lowly sweet potato has been reborn. Roasted, not boiled, with brown sugar and chopped pecans, this is nothing like what our grandmothers served. You'll start with 3 to 5 sweet potatoes, which we will roast. You'll need 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/2 of a cup of milk, 2 eggs beaten, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 1/2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, an optional 2 ounces of maple syrup, and 6 tablespoons of soft butter. The first step is, because I like roasted sweet potatoes, you can actually boil them if you wanted to, and you could actually even open a can if you wanted to do that. But I like roasting my own sweet potatoes. Pierce them, wrap them in foil, and place them on a baking sheet. I'm using parchment to protect my pan. These will go into a preheated 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. For your brown sugar and pecan topping, you'll also need 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of chopped pecans, 1/2 cup of white flour, and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. So while our sweet potatoes are in the oven roasting, I'm going to make our topping. Brown sugar, flour, pecans, stir it all together, and now stir in your melted butter. Using a spoon or a spatula, just mix it all thoroughly. My sweet potatoes have roasted for about 45 minutes and have cooled now to where I can handle them. And just using my potato masher, I'm mashing them all together. And now I'll start adding my assortment of ingredients. My first addition is going to be my 6 tablespoons of soft butter so that it can start melting while the potatoes are still warm. Next, my 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, my 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, my 2 teaspoons of vanilla, my 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and now I'll mix this all together before I add my final ingredients. In my electric mixer to smooth it out, I'm now going to add my 2 beaten eggs, my 2 ounces of maple syrup, and my 1/2 cup of whole milk, and mix it again with the blender, with the beater. Into a prepared baking dish that I've sprayed with just a vegetable spray, I'm pouring the entire mixture. Now you can stop the recipe at this point, cover it with plastic, and it'll hold in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 days. Take it out just before you're ready to bake it, add the topping. Or you can do what I'm doing, which is just to spread the top of this very generously with this delicious brown sugar and pecan mixture that we made earlier. And then this will go into a preheated 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. This sweet potato souffle is delicious as a side dish, but in our family, it's a dessert. Better than pumpkin pie, and with the pecans, it reminds me of a pecan pie. So whether it's served as a side dish or as a dessert, sweet potato souffle is always a family favorite.